Mm-hmm.
Bring back that Edison atmosphere, that win, lose, or draw. When you walk into this gym, you're going to come up out of here sweating, tired, just wore out.
Hi, Tommies. My name is Eleanor, and you're listening to The Bulb, Minneapolis Edison's digital collection of true and personal stories. We believe that storytelling involves healthy risk-taking and can form the praxis through which we build stronger communities.
A really unique perspective, right? Like playing here and then coaching here, against here, but now being this building AD and you and I and a lot of our talks talk about environment and culture and making it look and feel right. And I know that's so big into you. So I thought it could be kind of a unique opportunity to do it as a player, do it as a coach, do it as the building AD, and then in the process, drop some of those names, some of those kids, kind of embody what you envision the current, and future.
It's interesting. So if I think back about when I was playing at North and coming to Edison, in the mid '80s, the environment was different in a sense of cultural. I can tell you this. You can figure out how you want to cut it up, but we were battling racism and integration in a sense that those earlier years, our North and Edison was required to do a semester swap. So you had to do one semester at Edison, one semester at North. And what's funny about that, I got away from not coming to Edison as a student because I was in the Summa Tech program, right? But other students did. And there was a lot of tension back then. But as an athlete, what we loved being at North is when we came over here, we always had that chip on our shoulder. Okay, we can't beat you on hockey. And we might battle on the football field, but I don't play football. But I'm going to kick your behind in basketball because of what was going on, right? And so the atmosphere was always like hyped. I've loved this gym. It was one of the unique gyms in our conference with the two catwalks, the lighting, and I always said it had that Boston garden feel because it had the garden pipe. So that atmosphere was great. And then back then, I can remember coming in here and the stands being full, and it was mostly white. I'm just going to say it that way. And even with some of the epithets that were being said, we were never fearful. We never had a sense of fear coming over here. And of course, their fans are just die hard, like Boston fans, where Jim was going crazy. And no matter what the score was, that environment was beautiful. And that's what I remember about playing, simply because there was no Timberwolves, right? In the University of Minnesota basketball program was kind of a hit and miss.
Mm-hmm.
So Friday night basketball, Tuesday night basketball was like Friday night football.
Okay.
So you always had a huge crowd. We had a huge following because in those years we were really good. And so it was always fun to come play over here. And this wasn't the only school that had that type of environment. But we never had crazy stories where they were tipping over our buses or throwing snowballs at our buses like we did at some other school, right? But that was the environment. And so, when I came back to work as an AD, I couldn't believe how empty it was. Like how much had changed. And that was a shock for me to not see the same community support in Edison athletics as it was, in previous years and before that. And I don't know if that change was, because I know in the early 90s it was still like that.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened, I can't answer. But when I became an athletic director, that was one of the things I wanted to bring back. So one of the things I try to do this year, or these last couple of years, is try to find different ways to bring that environment back. So I live, trying to find different coaches that could support, understand, and kind of bring back the environment. And then with this 100-year, centennial year coming back up, I worked with Beacons and the basketball teams to try to figure out, when I say basketball teams versus wrestling others, because that's in the winter the sport that's played is majority in our gyms. I went to Big. Listen, I want to change our environment. I want to get somebody in here to play some music, and I want to turn our fans loose, but within reason, right? So, I'm looking to see throwing T-shirts in the gym, students taking off their shirts and painting their stomachs and their faces, because that was the environment that I remember, holding up signs during games, just really making it a fun environment and allowing the students and the parents to get involved in the game. And we started doing that. And behold, we've got a great year going this year. Taking off from last year, we were ranked 2 in our sections early in the year before 1 or 2 losses, and we just think this is another team that can get us to the state tournament, or at least to our sectional finals. So one of the things that I'm trying to do is bring back that Edison rivalry, bring back that Edison atmosphere, that win, lose, or draw. When you walk into this gym, you're gonna come up out of here sweating, tired, just wore out.
This has been a product of ETSN, Edison Tommy Student Network. It's your story. We'll help you tell it.